Hello guys and welcome back channel, and today in this video I'm going to be going over my favorite picks of the NFL draft. Now there is quite a few picks that I'm not going to be going over in this video that I do really like, such as let's say Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, and Junior Colson, and etc. There's a lot more, but the reason why I'm not going over those players is number one, I'd have just so many players on this list and this video would be like 30 minutes long, and number two, I've already kind of discussed them in previous NFL draft videos that I've made on my channel. So I want to go over my favorite players in this draft that haven't already been noticed and featured on my channel. So the first player that we're going to be going over in order from picks is Drake Maye. Now in my opinion, I think Drake Maye is better than Jayden Daniels. I cannot speak right now. And the fact that the Patriots got him after Jayden Daniels is honestly perfectly fine with me. Now he is going to a worse situation, Drake Maye. So that kind of sucks for Drake Maye. But in terms of Drake Maye, he kind of lost a lot of hype, basically because, he had the worst O-line in college football when he was at North Carolina his last year. He barely had Tez Walker for the remaining half of the season. He obviously lost Josh Downs to the NFL draft to the Colts. And overall, he just did not have any hope. So he didn't put up that amount of, insane stats like, let's say, Jayden Daniels did. But I still think Drake Maye is the better quarterback. This guy can make some absolutely insane plays with his arm. He has a pretty big arm. He's super accurate, and I think he's going to be really good in the NFL, and hopefully he is, because I would like to see him do good. But yeah, Drake Maye, really good. He's definitely one of my favorite picks in the NFL draft. The next player that we're going to be going over is Rome Odunze. Now this guy, oh my god. I mean, the fact that the Bears, and this is why this is one of my favorite picks, because not only did the Bears get Rome Odunze, but they already have Caleb Williams, right? They just drafted Caleb Williams, so you're going to pair him up with Caleb Williams. They have DJ Moore, and then they have Keenan Allen. So Odunze is going to be literally learning from, some top wide receivers in NFL, I would say, top 10, top 15 wide receivers, and DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. So Rome Odunze, he should produce really well. I know he's not going to be the first option, but that offense is going to be so lethal this year. Would not be surprised if Rome Odunze maybe wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. He is in a perfect situation with Caleb Williams, and they got him at number 9, which is literally perfect. I think he's definitely going to be extremely good in the NFL. And yeah, I mean, him pairing up with Caleb Williams is absolutely nasty. And what's good about not being the number 1 wide receiver on the offense is you don't get that extremely good corner on you every single play, most likely. How, let's say, if he was the first, threat, and let's say they're playing against the Packers or the let's say the Dolphins, then he'd have, Jair Alexander, Jalen Ramsey, and I really don't think he'd be able to do good against those top corners because he is, rookie. He needs to, develop for sure. But I think this is a really good pick. The next player that we're going to be going over is Laiatu Latu, round 1, pick 15. This guy is really good. Now, the only reason why he kind of fell, quote unquote, is because of the injury problems. Think of Laiatu Latu as kind of like a Jalen Phillips, where he also had injury problems in college. I believe they both went to UCLA at one point. Obviously, Jalen Phillips ended up transferring to UM, the best college of all time. But just think of him like that, right? They're both really good players. They end up falling a little bit, especially Jalen Phillips. He really fell. Because he was really good. It's just, the injury problems, having to medically retire. It's just not a good situation for Laiatu Latu, but apparently he was medically cleared by the NFL, so he seems to be really good right now. Obviously, he's not injured now, so that's good, and I think the Colts are going to have a really good edge rusher. He's definitely up there with the best edge rusher. He's definitely the most technically really, really good pass rusher. I mean, he has every single pass rush move that you could possibly think of. He is the most technically sound guy. And yeah, like for example, let's say a Chop Robinson, he only has one rush move basically. And Laiatu Latu has basically everything in his arsenal. Everything's really good, and the O-linemen are just not going to be able to stop all these, counter moves, and it's nasty. Laiatu Latu is really good. Go watch his tape if you don't believe me. He's going to do really good in Indianapolis. And yeah, he's definitely one of the best edge rushers. And not only is he a technician when it comes to, pass rushing, but he's actually pretty decently athletic too. He's going to be a good player, and I'm glad the Colts got him at 15. The next player that we're going to be going over is Terrion Arnold. Now, in this spot, I would have gone with Quinyon Mitchell, but like I said, I don't want to go over players that I've already gone over in other previous videos. So Terrion Arnold, in my opinion, he is the second best corner in this class, and the getting the second best player at one position at pick 24 is honestly really good. And the Lions clearly need DB help. I know Brian Branch is a DB and he usually plays slot, but you need another corner besides Brian Branch. Like, you really do. And, Cam Sutton is going through some weird things right now that I'm not going to discuss in a video. But yeah, besides Cam Sutton, who might not even be on the team next year, the Lions really, really needed a corner, and they got the second best one, in my opinion, in Terrion Arnold out of Bama. He is a super ferocious, a really good feisty corner, and it showed on tape, right? When you throw the ball his way, he is not gonna let up a catch. He'll do whatever it takes to not let up that catch. Unlike Kool-Aid McKinstry, who is still good, he's just very passive, and Terrion Arnold ended up outplaying Kool-Aid McKinstry on the same exact team, Alabama. So yeah, Terrion Arnold, really, really good corner. Now, he didn't run the fastest ever, but, it's not that big of a deal that he ran in the 4.4s, I believe. It's fine. You would like him to be slightly faster, but I really don't care about speed like others do at corner. But yeah, Terrion Arnold, really, really good feisty corner. The Lions need more corners, man. They really do not have any good corners on their roster besides Brian Branch, if you would consider him a corner. So the fact that they got Terrion Arnold and then now Brian Branch, that's pretty solid. The next pick that we're going to be going over is Keon Coleman. Now, in this spot, I would have had Adonai Mitchell, my guy, but like I said, I already gone over him. So I wanted to go over another player that I really like, and I would have also gone over Ladd McConkey, but the same situation. But Keon Coleman, wow, I mean, what a pick by the Buffalo Bills. I've heard a couple Bills fans that they're mad that they traded back so they couldn't get Xavier Worthy, but I think Keon Coleman is actually better than Xavier Worthy, in my opinion. I think people are hyping up his 40-yard dash way too much than what they should be. Like, I know he ran the fastest 40-yard dash of all time in the NFL, but I don't think that makes him automatically a really, really good wide receiver, which I'm not saying he's not, right? I like Xavier Worthy, but I just, he's getting a little bit too hyped up right now. But yeah, Keon Coleman, he's really good. Very good route runner, in my opinion. He can really just, you throw it up to him, he'll just jump over everyone and catch the ball. He has very solid hands. Now, he did have, I believe had a lingering injury, I believe, towards the end of the season with FSU, which is kind of what propelled him to not do as good in the season. But yeah, so that's not good. But Keon Coleman, he's really good. He's actually very fast, and he also returned kicks for FSU. I don't know if you guys knew that, but he did return, punts and kicks, and yeah, he's just a really versatile, really good wide receiver. I believe he's like 6'3" or something like that, so he's very tall, he's fast, and you just throw it up to him. Obviously, the Bills need someone that they can just throw it up to, because you know how Josh Allen is. He just likes to chuck up the ball for no reason, 60 yards downfield, and hope someone jumps up and catches it. And Keon Coleman can actually do that, unlike Stephon Diggs. Keon Coleman, a better jump ball guy than Stephon Diggs. The next pick that we're going to be going over is actually a very interesting pick. It's Spencer Rattler. Now, I know Spencer Rattler is a very unlikable guy. Obviously, if you guys watched the, I think QB Under the Lights show or something like that, he was I'm not going to say the word, but he was a very annoying person, to say the least, on that show. He definitely was very, very unlikable. He ended up getting benched at Oklahoma. Then he ended up transferring to South Carolina. And in South Carolina, he actually did very good, considering how he was at Oklahoma. To his standards, he did really good at South Carolina. He also supposedly has matured, so that's good. So now you have a better person at quarterback, so that's good. He also has a huge arm. The arm talent is there. You just need to work on the accuracy and the little things, but being able to just freaking launch the ball 60 yards downfield, Spencer Rattler can do that. He has a huge arm, and probably the biggest arm out of any quarterback in this draft. He could probably throw it farther than anyone in this draft. Really good. And this was the last quarterback taken besides the 12th overall pick. So you guys got him in the 5th round. If you're a Saints fan, you got to be happy with that. And obviously, you guys have Derek Carr, but I mean, how much longer is Derek Carr going to have in, New Orleans? Who knows? Maybe he gets hurt again, or maybe he just plays horrible. Then you put in Spencer Rattler and, just see how that goes. And then you do have him developing under Derek Carr. If Derek Carr you guys think is good, then there you guys go. But yeah, Spencer Rattler, really good pick. This is kind of like the contradictory argument to why Michael Penix was drafted so high as well. Yeah, you drafted him to develop him. But the reason is, why that was such a bad pick is because you drafted him in the top 10. This guy you drafted 150th overall. So this is a totally different situation compared to the Michael Penix situation. Yeah, you're getting a quarterback to sit behind the starter most likely, but Spencer Rattler could easily take over the job, the starting role during training camp if Derek Carr absolutely destroys. Like, not in a good way, like he does horrible. So we'll see about that. And then the last pick that we're going to be going over is kind of an interesting one. Brendan Rice, and I'm not going over this pick just because he's Jerry Rice's son. I really could care less about that. The main reason why I'm going over this pick is because this guy, all right, the fact that the Chargers got Brendan Rice in the 7th round is honestly insane. So now you're gonna, as a Chargers fan, well, I'm not a Chargers fan, but for Chargers fans, you should be really happy with this pick. You obviously need wide receiver help, and you got Brendan Rice, another wide receiver to pair up with Justin Herbert, and I think he's going to be really good in the NFL. Now, he wasn't the best wide receiver ever in college, right? But he was definitely solid enough, and I think he is going to do really good. And he really fell. This man was supposed to be maybe a 3rd, 4th rounder, and the fact that he fell all the way to the 7th round for this type of player is really good for the Los Angeles Chargers. I think this was an amazing pick by them, and just so shocked at the fact that this man fell this far. This is probably, out of any player in the draft, definitely one of the farthest falls in the NFL draft. I mean, insane. No one expected him to fall to the 7th round. Pretty crazy stuff, considering that he is a pretty solid wide receiver. I'd say he's probably the top, maybe a top 15 wide receiver coming out of the draft. Like, in that draft class, he's probably a top 15 wide receiver. So yeah, very solid pick by the Los Angeles Chargers. I think it was a really good steal, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you guys already haven't. And I do want to say this one more time so you guys don't get mad at me in the comments. Well, why didn't you have Byron Murphy in the list? Well, like I said, I cannot go over every single player, because I probably have like 60 good players that I wanted to go over, but I can't fit everyone in my video because the video would be way too long. So sorry about that. Like I said, there is a bunch of more players that I would have potentially put on this list, like Byron Murphy. For example, Johnny Newton was a really good one. Jatavion Sanders, Jonathan Brooks. Yeah, there's just so many. I know I'm listing Texas players, but there was really a lot. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next draft video. I'll see you guys then. Bye.